67% of Americans say a housing market crash is imminent in the next 3 years. With all the talk in the media lately about the shifts in the housing market, it makes sense why so many people feel this way. But there's good news. Current data shows today's market is nothing like it was before the housing crash in 2008. This is Kina Knisley with Team K² of Keller Williams. So back then, the mortgage standards were way less strict. During the lead up to the housing crisis, it was much easier to get a home loan than it is today. Banks were creating artificial demand by lowering lending standards and making it easy for just about anyone to qualify for a home loan or refinance an existing one. Basically, if you were breathing, you got a loan. So, as a result, lending institutions took on a much greater risk in both the person and the mortgage product offered. That led to mass defaults, foreclosures, and falling prices. Today, things are different, and purchasers face a much higher standard from mortgage companies. So this graph, the data used by the Mortgage Bankers Association to help tell this story. In this index, the higher the number, the easier it is to get a mortgage. The lower the number, the harder it is. This graph also shows just how different things are today compared to the spike in credit availability leading up to the crash. Tighter lending standards have helped prevent a situation that could lead to a wave of foreclosures like the last time. Foreclosure volume has declined a lot since the crash. Another difference is the number of homeowners that were facing foreclosure when the housing bubble burst. Foreclosure activity has been lower since the crash, largely because buyers today are more qualified and less likely to default on their loans. So this graph shows the data from Adam to show the difference between last time and now. So even as foreclosures tick up, the total number is still very low. And on top of that, most experts don't expect foreclosures to go up drastically like they did following the crash in 2008. Bill McBride, the founder of Calculated Risk, explains the impact of a large increase in foreclosures had on home prices back then, and how that's unlikely this time. So the bottom line is, there will be an increase in foreclosures over the next year from record level lows, but there will not be a huge wave of distressed sales happening following the housing bubble. The distressed sales during the housing bust led to cascading price declines, and that will not happen this time. So the supply of homes for sale today is more limited, way limited here on Oahu. For historical context, there were too many homes for sale during the housing crisis, many of which were short sales and foreclosures, and that caused prices to fall dramatically. Supply has increased since the start of this year, but there is still a shortage of inventory available. Overall, primarily due to the years of underbuilding homes. And here on Oahu, we have limited space. So the graph here shows the National Association of Realtors data to show how a month's supply of homes available now compared to the crash. Now this is national. So today, unsold inventory sits for about 2.7 months supply at the current sales pace, which is significantly lower than last time. There just isn't enough inventory in the market for home prices to come crashing down like they did last time, even though some overheated markets may experience slight declines. We're still not seeing the listings come on like we used to. So in recent headlines, you worried we were headed for a housing crash. The data should show that you can ease those fears. Expert insights and the most current data clearly shows that today's market is nothing like the last time. So don't let the doom and gloom of the media scare you. You know, if it bleeds, it leads. So ignore the media. If you have any questions, please give me a call. I would love to be your agent. This has been Kina Knisley with Team K² of Keller Williams.